What do most people do wrong in a fight? I was a bouncer for roughly 5 years during my college and law school days. The number one biggest mistake people make, and it ain't even close, is getting liquored up first. Reaction time is everything, and those tenths of a second, or more, you're losing are catastrophic. Just watch Baz Rutan's video Lethal Street Fighting. It's outrageously funny, and some of the things he teaches are not wrong. It covers pretty much everything mentioned here, plus a few weird ones like bouncing a guy's head off the ambience, tables, chairs, walls, and playing hide the hot sauce spot once your opponent is unconscious. But there's also serious stuff. Try to go crazy and expend lots of energy when not needed to. From what I've noticed, most people that have not had any training just throw as many punches as fast as they can, hoping some of them will connect instead of having any sort of strategy. Underestimate their opponent by just looking at their size. Look at Johnny vs. Danielson. Or look at skinny MMA fighters and see them in street clothes. You never know what kind of experience, training they have under the hood. Mostly the in a fight part. But also the lesser known the other guy knew a fight had begun, but somehow I did not until I was already knocked out method. And then there's the timeless classic, I mean I never threw a punch in my life, but I lift a little and look how buff I am, where this other kid's small and wiry easy win maneuver. I'd say 9/10 fights start with the aggressor throwing a big right hand. If you prepare for that, then you are already ahead. Also, most street fights I see online, people swing wildly, I'd guess because they think the more you swing the harder you hit, but this is not so. If you take a wide swing, I have more time to react and more room to block. Add to this that most people just throw arm punches. It's much better to throw a very straight punch without telegraphing your movement. Start your punch from your feet and transfer energy to your legs, through your hips, up your spine, through your shoulders, and finally to your fist. You want your first to the end of the whip, but the power comes all the way from the ground. I was also taught not to aim for the face, but imagine punching a hole right through their head. Panic and or freeze. The person willing to commit to violence fastest usually wins. If you think you're in a spot where fighting is the only solution, hit fast and hit hard. None of this waiting to be attacked bullshit. Fight fair. Look, if it's a fight you don't have to have, you should avoid it at all costs. Only an idiot gets into a fight they don't have to be in. If you're cornered into one, then your goal should be to end the fight as quickly as humanly possible, with as little risk to yourself as possible. That means you don't stand there trading punches like a boxing match. It means you kick them in the nuts, you wrench an arm out of socket, you do whatever it takes to make them physically incapable of fighting back. Your goal is to survive without injury. You fight dirty, you fight to win, and you don't worry about any fair nonsense. Fair fight is what the loser cries about to explain why they lost. Most people throw these wild, wide hooks that leaves them exposed. A lot of people really don't know how to properly punch either. Do not ever grab your friend to prevent them from fighting. Get in between them and the other person facing the other person. Your friend loses all ability to defend themselves once you bear hug them to defuse the situation. Telegraphing your intentions. If you so insist on getting into a fight, don't start screaming or shouting, don't even look at your opponent too much, just walk towards them, and when they have no way to dodge anymore and you're well inside their reach, land a quick jab at their throat or uppercut their jaw. If they don't go down immediately, follow it up with a quick kick in the groin. You're not looking to have a prolonged engagement, or show off your sick martial arts skills, you want to exert as little effort as possible, with as much result as possible. Punch with the wrong knuckles. So many, throwing wild hooks, not protecting your face, head, screaming so close to someone's face that they can bury a headbutt in your nose before it starts. The overwhelmingly worst one is assuming your opponent is as civilized as you are, and will not just pull a weapon and murder you.